New tonight, a Connecticut college is saying that one of its students died from a heroin overdose. Now their death is raising questions about the addictive drug and its presence right here in our state. Hi, everybody. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Ann Craig.
I'm Darren Kramer. We first broke this story at 5 o'clock tonight. Now, Central Connecticut State is confirming that that student did, in fact, die of a heroin overdose.
And as most of you know, heroin is a powerful opiate, and it's a growing problem right here in Connecticut. News 8's Bob Wilson joins us now live. And Bob, what did you find out about all this?
Well, right here, Interstate 91, Interstate 84 in Hartford, where they mix, that is kind of the center because you've got people coming in from Boston, drug dealers coming from Boston, New York, down from Massachusetts, Springfield, and they can all meet in this area. They can trade off drugs and get out of the state, and it's causing a lot of problems for people in the area. A wave of shock on the Central Connecticut State University campus as a student dies from a heroin overdose.
One of my teammates lives in Carroll and was, saw the kid run out and say, his roommate was unconscious.
In the past 2 weeks, there have been 3 heroin deaths in Bristol, 1 in New Britain, and overdoses in East Hartford and Vernon. State police calling the greater Hartford area a heroin meeting ground for dealers from New York, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. And last week, Hartford making a bust seizing hundreds of bags of the gray powder. And it's these contaminated street bags that are killing people.
Sometimes they cut it less, sometimes they cut it more, or they add things to it. Fentanyl is something they've been adding to it, and that's been responsible for a lot of those. Fentanyl is a synthetic opiate, very potent.
Dr. Brian Murphy works at the Rushford Center, which specializes in substance abuse. He says if you don't see the typical track marks on the arm, that doesn't mean a child or friend isn't using. They could be sniffing it. So you need to look for the symptoms of the opiates.
People can just be, nodding, sleepy, high, quiet, changing behavior, that sort of thing.
Hartford Healthcare is asking anyone who lives with a heroin or opiate addict to get a prescription for Narcan. Some police and first responders already carry it on the front lines and say it's an antidote for the overdose.
It pushes the opiates off the brain receptors, and so it decreases their effect. So it's like magic. It wakes people up who are overdosed with opiates.
So how do you get a prescription for Narcan? Well, it's actually very easy. You just have to apply for it, and then it's just watching a video. There are no harmful side effects to Narcan. You can take it right now, spray it up your nose like you would. It would just give you a stuffy nose, but if you have the opiates in you, it can be life-saving, doctors say. And if you want more information on this, you can go to WTNH.com. And tomorrow night, Hartford Hospital and Hartford Healthcare is also holding a substance abuse seminar with panelists in Southington. That's at the Southington Municipal Center. You can go there to find out more about it. I'm Bob Wilson, reporting live in Hartford, News 8.
All right, Bob, thank you. Some signs of heroin addiction, they're not as obvious as you might think, so here are a few more to look out for. On the behavior side, something like lying or deceptive behavior, along with loss of motivation or self-esteem, those are things to look out for. Also, slurred speech or avoiding eye contact, weight loss, a runny nose that just can't be explained by other illnesses, cuts or bruises, even scabs on the skin from picking, and for women, a loss of a menstrual cycle.